Hello, this is Georgia Lucas. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I want to talk about whether it's a good idea to buy a flat off plan or not. Now I know a lot of you will think, wow, it's a lovely thing to buy off plan, not least because the flat is new. The newness of the flat makes it very, very attractive. And developers often let you decide the fixtures, fittings, the interior decor, and the colours inside the flat. That's also quite a nice advantage to have when buying a new flat. Also, the 10-year guarantee, that will give you peace of mind for repairs. And also the buying process is actually a lot simpler, not least because you don't have to get a survey done. The flat is new, so there's no survey in the buying process. Also, in a rising market, it's nice to put a deposit down now to secure a flat, which when you complete in 18 months is worth a lot more than in today's price. So you're getting the benefit of that as well. However, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why I think it's not such a great idea to buy a flat off plan. Number one is price per square meter. You're going to pay a lot more price per square meter than an existing flat, not least because all those marketing costs of the developer, when they sell you that dream of that beautiful couple overlooking the river, you're in effect, you're paying for that in the price. You don't have to do that if you're buying an older flat. Also, second point is depreciation. As soon as you buy that flat new, it depreciates. It's quite similar, although probably in percentage terms not as high as when you buy a new car. And as soon as you buy that new car, it will depreciate by 10 to 15%. Now, with a new flat, it will not depreciate by that much, but there will be some depreciation as soon as you buy it. Number three, I find with new flats tend to have very limited space. So if you take a typical, let's say, 2-bedroom flat, new and old, the new flat is likely to have less square meters in it per bedroom. Number four is the ability to extend or renovate. Now, with a new flat, what's there to renovate? It's new. You can't do anything to it, and it tends to be smaller. With an older flat, you can renovate it and add value. Potentially, you can even, let's say, turn a 1-bedroom into a 2-bedroom if there's scope to do that. You can't do that with a new flat. Now, I also find with newer flats, you tend to have lower yields simply because the price is much, much higher for a new flat than an existing one. Number six is mortgage. It's a little bit more complicated to get a mortgage on a new flat, not least because it's difficult to compare. Now, with an older flat, if you buy an older flat in a certain area, your mortgage provider can often compare the prices within the areas and see how much it's really worth, and they'll give you a mortgage based on that. With new flats in particular, if there's not other new flats in the area, that can be a hell of a lot more difficult. Now, also, point number 7 is the service charge. In new flats, you're going to get higher service charge, not least because you're more likely to have a concierge. The lifts are newer. Some flats often have tennis courts as well, so you're going to pay a lot more for that. Number 8, also in a falling market, you're liable, if you've put a deposit down and the market collapses, you're liable to complete. So either you're going to lose your deposit or you're going to be forced to complete. Now, if you're buying an older flat, you can literally pull out a lot easier. Number 9 is the delays, and also what happens if the developer all of a sudden defaults, goes broke. What do? That can be a hell of a problem, and delays as well, having to have delays. If you buy an older flat, you usually know you're going to complete in a certain day. You probably do with newer flats, but there can be delays to the work. And finally as well, if you're buying a new flat and you want to move into it, it's very difficult to find a new flat which has, let's say, a window in the kitchen or a window in the bathroom. Often they don't have either. And if you want to sell that on in the future, you may find your market is a little bit more limited, because on older flats, people do prefer a window in the bathroom or a window in the kitchen. Also as well, with newer, almost all new flats are pretty much open plan, and some people, if you want to sell that in the future, some people prefer the kitchen to be separate. Now, overall, what I would say is that it is better if you want to, for an investment purpose, to buy an older flat. You are much more likely to get value for money in an older flat because, again, you can do it up, renovate it, and it will be worth a lot more. That said, there are advantages with a new flat, and what I want from you is comments on that. If you've had what experiences have you had buying a new flat compared to an older one? Are you an investor? Please do comment below. Please do subscribe. Click that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video.